What is up, Tigs, Wigs? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's weekend eve, baby. I know Riley and I are looking forward to this weekend. Going to Kinder, Louisiana on Saturday to the Blind Cajun Cooks Anything with Rice or Anything Over Rice event. Man, it's gonna be a ton of fun. There's gonna be a ton of good food. So if you're in the Kinder, Louisiana area by chance, come out to Lambert Park. The gates open at 8 o'clock and judging is going to be at noon. $10 wristband, all the samples that you can eat till they're gone. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know I'm going to get a bunch of good interviews, so looking forward to that. Tonight, we did have a Cajun Critic, as I'd said last night. Cajun Critic was going to be on, and we're going to talk about his event as well and catch up with him too. But unfortunately, he has laryngitis. He's like, man, I have no voice. That makes it tough to do this. So he'll be on hopefully one day next week. He'll be at the event this weekend as well. So I'll catch up with him there and probably get a little Tigs bits there, if you will. We're going to talk a little tech real quick tonight, right here at the top of the show, a little music news. And before we dive into some sports and the Super Bowl, number one, a quick update on my dad. I know I've had a lot of folks ask. I haven't updated you guys. He is home. He is doing well. Just like I'd said on Monday. I mean, he could turn around and be at work the next day or start working. I wasn't wrong. He was dehydrated. Back at it though, rocking and rolling. But continue to keep him in your prayers and all of that. Just it doesn't take much. He has one kidney. It doesn't take much of getting a little dehydrated. It can happen quick, and that seems to be his kryptonite. But man, he bounces back so fast, it's unbelievable. Like we can't believe it. My mom, me, my sister, just blown away. He's doing great though. He needs to slow down a little bit and get some rest. And if you're watching this, Dad, please do that. Anyhow, some other news today. We hit 4,000 followers today on Facebook. Now, I know like for the Austin Dennises of the world, that is not a big deal, but it is for us. Every little bit counts. And next goal, 5,000. So I added it all up today. I was like, I wonder what like our gate is. What's our gate? And that takes us to 18,334 as of a couple of hours ago. We're probably past that now. So, I mean, we're freaking playing arenas, baby. We're playing arenas. So I'm looking forward to us playing some small stadiums next. So let's go. Let's freaking go. All right, guys, let me check who all is in the chat. We got Paul Rogers. What is going on, Brother Paul? What is going on, Brother Paul? As the intro is always hidden there, let me bring in my esteemed colleague because I can't see it, but now I can see. We got a special surprise tonight. I'm so glad this is going to be a fun one. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Blasi, the one-man posse.
Oh, yeah.
Is here,
man.
baby.
Yeah. Accidentally, I am here. Like I just last minute type deal. Decided I'd jump in here and join you. Got home. I was like, what time is he going live? I was looking online. I couldn't find it.
7:30. Just know, I think we've settled now. Potentially a little bit of a change of time in March. Your boy is going to be back on the road, traveling, slinging insurance. But
I may have to pick up the pace in because I'm going to be on the road more consistently, and I'll know my schedule a little bit better. Why does it keeps turning me down?
I don't know.
Am I too loud?
No, I think you sound good. Chat, what do you think?
I keep talking, and my microphone's auto adjusting down to like 4 instead of 6. Should I turn it up?
I think you turn it up. Just hit it a hair.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds fine.
Yeah, and it sounds better in my ears. Like that's why I was wondering.
I'll tell you this a little on camera, you and I, because we have not had a chance to talk at all.
No, we haven't.
StreamYard now works just as well as Riverside does in post-production. They finally, I don't know what.
Really?
I'm going to knock on wood. I've been able to take the shows and if you want to hear a better audio version, all the stuff out. Of course, when we're live, things can get a little weird, but I'm able to level them after the fact. It doesn't take me but just a minute. So whenever you listen to the Spotify versions the next day, JR, if you listen to this, maybe this is one of the maybe 5 of the 180 we've done that you hear, because every single one he hears seems that the audio's off. He's like, the only thing he says, the audio was off. Yeah, that's lives. That's what happens. Like, there's no way for us to.
Happens, doesn't it?
We can't level it. That's coming. Anyhow, y'all don't care about that.
It is what it is.
Let me get back.
I'm sorry to jump in on you here. I apologize for interrupting.
No,
this is a last minute deal.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This is a fun night. We're talking sports, and it kind of.
I like sports.
Yeah, it's the Super Bowl. This is the last show that we're going to have before the Super Bowl, so we have to talk about it, And if we go longer than 30 minutes tonight, then damn it, so be it, right?
I do got to ask a question. I'm going to interrupt. I know you hate this.
No, I don't have a pay. This is not a. This is a. Let's roll.
Last night was so good. I was so your dad. So man, it keeps turning me down. So your dad. I know when I was there, it was so funny. He came rolling up. And you've been telling me, I know your dad's been sick. Like, he's been sick for a couple of years now and different things. But he rolled up there that day, and, man, he looked spry and healthy as a horse and sharp as a tack, talking to me. And, like, he left there. And I looked at you a little bit like, I was like, are you sure you're talking about the same guy? And he's talking about he's fixing to go on a road trip by himself for a week and all this. It's like, and so – so I guess I got 2 questions. One, how did his road trip go? And I know right now he's been sick again, but how did that road trip go? I never got to really ask you about that.
It went just fine. It went just fine. Yeah, he wanted to go. He hadn't, since he's been sick, he hadn't gone. Kept it close to the vest. You know what I mean? Like precautions, but he went old school like he had been doing, like hitting fluorine and going to Natchitoches, going to Shreveport, going to this meeting, like running a wide open schedule. When he goes down, and like it's just fever really seems to get him, and dehydrate, and it all goes back to being dehydrated. Having one kidney doesn't help things, you know what I mean? So it just knocks him for a loop. We're in the hospital Sunday night. Nothing. I mean, I knew that he was going to recover and be okay. It's just like we're hoping that there's not something deeper wrong here. Yeah. And I believe he was just dehydrated. And yesterday, making phone calls, calling all the people that have been calling him back, paying bills, sitting at his desk, paying bills, doing way more than he needed to. And then apparently Mom texted me this evening. She just wanted me to have an update that he's doing good, hoping he's not overworking himself. We've, just like,
but that day you pulled out of the driveway, you even looked at me and was like, I have no idea what this guy's doing. Like, I was like, I think it's great, man. He looked, I'll tell you what, I was like, I got a different judgment here. That guy looked like he's ready to run to California and back,
I think he's that. You get him down for a couple of days, he comes out, it's like a damn bulldog ready to attack.
No, I saw that last night, and I definitely been praying for him, man. Like, I know it's been like, but man,
I appreciate it.
I mean, he's tough as nails, though. You know what I mean?
He's the toughest dude I know. That's a fact. I mean, there is nobody I know that is tougher. It is simply unbelievable to see what he can do. It really, really is. My sister is in the chat. Let me catch up on this. First of all, let me see who all is in here.
Reset that, and now we can move on. So
I got excited, y'all. I got giddy. I'm happy to see Blasi. It's hard for us to record shows here lately, so it's been fun whenever we get together.
Man. It has been.
Yeah. Big E.
Oh,
Big E
in the house. Glad
he
to see
is
Big
here making it happen. Big E is one of the
Brian in the house.
Big Brian Gilson. I don't know if you're aware of this, Blasi, but our Facebook, number one, is taken off. You heard me say that, but we have a Facebook group, the Tigs Wigs HQ, private group, part of the Facebook page. You're not on Facebook. You should get in there.
I have this page, but I set it up and I hadn't done anything with it. I don't even know.
This page has potential, Blasi. It has a lot of potential. To have fun. People are posting memes and all. We have a handful of admins. we don't have to deal with it too much kind of deal, which is the way I wanted to set this up.
Yeah.
Come in and say hi, get some show ideas here and there. You know, I mean, y'all help us. It's great. It is great. Terry Foster, Mr. Terry Wayne is in the house.
Dude, there's a Terry Wayne in every town. There's a Terry Wayne everywhere you go. You know what I mean? And there's multiple Terry Waynes where I'm from. You know what I mean? Terry Wayne's kind of almost like a rite of passage. Like we talked about it. Hal and I talked about that. Like, how many Terry Waynes do we know? It's like somebody says their name's Terry. Like, I bet it's Wayne too.
Damn right it is.
Terry, and it's always Wayne. You know, that's good.
Has to be. There is no other way. There is no other way.
Love a good Terry Wayne.
Paul Rogers says good news on Dad for sure. Big E, all three of his favorite topics. Excellent. Yeah. Good. We're going to have a good one tonight. We're just going to go. No time limit, Blasi. No time limit. No hard stop.
I do got to cook dinner at some point. So,
that's fine. I mean, we're not going for 4 hours.
Cook dinner. I got to throw a bratwurst on this little thing here.
You got the grill fired up, or is it?
It's just a little electric deal. That's the bratwurst action, you know.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Why does my mic keep turning me down?
Dude, I have no idea. Are you on your MacBook tonight?
I am on my MacBook. Yeah.
I mean, we'll troubleshoot this real quick. Who cares? Do you have the Shure app? Is that what you're?
No, I'm just talking. It's just it keeps turning me down.
I don't know. Well,
hello. I'm looking at it. There it goes. It just dropped again. I'm too loud.
It's because when you get loud, that's the limiter on it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'm back down to 5 bars. They lock this thing in. There's a way to lock
it. In. You can lock it. Yeah.
How do you lock it?
That's a good question.
I forget. There's a way to lock it. I just forget.
I don't know. I have the Shure app. You need to download the Shure app.
I know,
there, and then you can. We'll talk about that.
On. I'll work through it.
Don't worry about it.
It does not turn me down like this.
I know that's kind of.
You know what I mean. So I'm used to being turned down. Like, you know,
yes, you are.
You know, so
5K by Sunday night says Big E. I like it.
Big E. I like
Rainy, what is up, Rainy? What is happening?
Rainy, the realtor.
Yes, she is. She's so sweet. I love her. She is awesome. JR the handler. JR the handler.
Coming in here, baby.
He may pop in. He said he would last night. Never showed up. You just never know. You just don't know.
He had to hit the road today, though. I think there's somewhere.
Oh, did he?
Somewhere.
Most definitely. Terry, it's fine.
Terry Wayne.
Joe is the bomb. Yes, he is. Boog in the house. Sorry, we're just turn him up and turn him loose. JR says, and Blasi, you sound fine. Says Brian. So we're good. We're good.
Just got to Tampa. Yep. I knew he was somewhere.
Oh, Rainey says JR will be in her town in March. There you go.
Awesome. You gotta
reach out. We need some content on that. I love it.
Yes,
I love it. Rainey and I like a lot of the same music as I'm starting to discover on social media, and I love that. That's fun. That is fun. Speaking of music, Blasi, probably not something you care about, but something that I'm kind of fired up for, and I bet Seth Cush is fired up for it too. The Carter 6. Wheezy's Carter 6 will be dropping on 6/6.
6/6. One day before my birthday.
That is right.
Yeah.
That is right.
6/6.
Doing anything fun for your birthday this year? Already planned or anything?
You know what? I'm a big not anti-birthday. Like, I enjoy my month and my week and my day-ish. You know what I mean? But I'm very low-key. You know what I mean? I don't advertise. I don't try to go out and make a big deal of it. So, no. But I'll do something. I'll do many things.
You'll do something. But we'll probably do a podcast is what we'll do.
More than likely.
JR, he just got to Tampa. That's where he was going.
Yes.
That's where he was going.
He's down there hanging out with his bro, I'm sure.
I had a lot of fun on our Bubba show, Blasi. I had to, because, hey, Riverside, beautiful plug for them, works every time. With your delay because your internet was out, we were still able to make it work. We've made fun of Blasi with the graininess and that stuff before. This was on another level because he was using his cell service, and there's only 2 bars at best right where his house is.
I can't believe it stayed up the entire time.
I can't
know
either.
I got behind about 12 seconds. I'd say something. Y'all were
did.
talking. I'd be like, that's some funny stuff, guys. I remember the time, and y'all were just going to a new subject. It was like, wow, okay, I'm not even here.
But I was able to edit it thanks to Riverside and put it into where, I think it's a great episode. I really, really do. I didn't think it was when we left, when it finished, and it's just because of the technical difficulties. But the more first of all, I gave it to Chat GPT, and it was like, this is better than you think. And I went, okay. And then I listened to it and had to go through it. And I was like, this is pretty damn good, actually. This is pretty good. So good, Blasi, I'm going to turn it into a TV show because it's so evergreen. Wow. I think it's a perfect introduction to Bubba for a mass audience that has no clue of what's going on. I think it gives a good inner dynamic of our workings of what we do. We only talk.
The inner Tiggy. It's the inner Tiggy.
It's the inner Tiggy.
They got inner Iggy. We got inner Tiggy.
It's the inner Tiggy. It's the inner Tiggy. I love that. That's exactly what we're going to start doing. I love it. So I know that Blasi's been, we just haven't been able to catch up. I know that he's had so many things on his mind ready to rock, and that is fantastic.
Unbelievable.
March 6th, says Rainey, handling business.
Everybody's got to handle that business.
For sure, for sure. Blasi, do you watch Dave Portnoy's pizza reviews?
I saw him down there in Matari, as he called it, I think.
Yeah. Talking about butchering Louisiana names, it's easy to do. But he destroys it in New Orleans, or what does he call it? New Orleans. No, I can't pronounce it the wrong way.
When he tried to say Metairie, it was like, what did he just say?
It's like, Metairie,
I was like, I didn't think that was that tough. Like, I'm not Mr. French at all, but like, I was going, wow, he really messed that up. But hey, he liked the Chicago deep dish. He didn't even want to pay attention to
He didn't even score it. He didn't even score it.
He did him a favor because I feel like he would have scored that a 4 or 5 probably, like based on his reaction,
It must have been terrible. So that's good to know. I'm not a big Chicago style person, but if I ever was, I'd go there. He's done like 2 or 3 more. So this is fantastic for someone like me, 70 miles away from
absolutely it is.
Finding some pizza gold, because it's tough to find here in Louisiana. The types of places that he goes to, the beers.
I mean, there's so much good food there, though, to start off with. So you don't think about pizza. I never go to New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Southern Louisiana, and start thinking, where can I go find some good pizza?
Can get a good
That's the last thing on my mind. And what he needs to do, he needs to go do some real food reviews outside of that a little bit and go, hey, man, you're in a mecca of food country right now. Like, go do like some kind of po' boy review. Like,
he ought to come Saturday to Kinder, Louisiana, to the Blind Cajun anything over rice cook-off and really get in it. He'd find a bunch of characters. He would be everything he wants. He even might find the new Mincy. He could find his new Mincy at an event like that.
Plenty of characters down there in dang good old Louisiana. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're just starting to scratch the surface on highlighting.
Where's that going to be again?
Kinder, Louisiana. Louisiana, near Lake Charles.
Louisiana.
Yes. Terry asked, is that a light bright behind Blasi that says Tigs bits?
Exactly what it is. Terry Wayne, that's exactly what this is. It's a light bright that I put together. Tigs bits light bright. Yep.
Isn't that beautiful?
I bought that at a Steinmart one day and had just enough pegs to put out Tigs bits.
It's so freaking perfect.
Terry Wayne.
It is so freaking perfect. Oh, man. Yeah. Brian says, I want to be able to do one bite. I have to eat the whole dang thing. Yeah, he eats the whole thing, too. One bite, everybody knows the rules. He eats like 18 bites. That's part of the gimmick. I
understand that. I'm still trying to understand
It's the gimmick. It's just to piss people off. But that ain't one bite.
That ain't one bite. That's
you know.
Bites. He goes from the front end, then he works his way to the back end. He gets the
crust.
It gets the whole deal.
I respect his pizza reviews, though, because he seems to like the same kind of pizza I like.
I agree.
Minimal flop, nice undercarriage. Yes, totally. So I'm going to go to
that I never even had on pizza when he said it, but I knew it and I've always felt it and I've always thought it, but I've never actually verbalized it. So I definitely appreciate him. No, it's one of the best. I get what he's saying every time he says it. And I think he's his own point. Like he said, I'm pretty good. Like that dude said, here's you're gonna need this. He was like, hey, I'm pretty good at this action.
Yeah. He said, I think he even said I'm a professional.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, I would say he's probably the professional right now in America. Nobody's eating more pies than that dude.
No, I put him at the top of the food chain when it comes to judging a pizza. You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure. My sister Mandy says she's a Jim Morrison fan as well and needs to meet this Blasi. She hasn't met. You've not met my sister yet. That is true.
I love Jim Morrison.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some other news, Blasi, real quick before we will start to jump in, talk a little bit of sports. Some tech news today. OpenAI Chat GPT, who's now called Luna. For me, by the way, I've now called her Luna. I changed it to Harmony. I had it with Amber. Speaking of Amber, I just saw Amber is in the chat. What is going on, Amber? She says that she's going to she's about to go to work and she'll watch the rest after work. She loves the Light Bright. Love you, Amber. You're the best. So I had to. I can't name Chat GPT Amber. I know too many Ambers. And that's what I had initially done it because I like the aura, the color of your energy.
How do you
311.
name it? Wait, how do you name it? Am I that far behind that you're supposed to?
You can just tell it. Like, I'm not going to call you Chat GPT anymore. I'm going to call you Luna is her name now. Luna. I'd named her Harmony, but had to change it from Harmony because I realized that this is Cajun Harmony. Our friends at Cajun Blends 180. Good God, you have some of this. So I can't call her Harmony. I'm going to think barbecue rub every time. So we went to Luna today. For those of you who care. No one cares. Not a soul cares.
And you can't call her that Dream. They also have
can't
that
call
Dream.
Her the Dream. Man, isn't it good?
I've been using all that. Dude, by the way, I hadn't talked about it much. I have been using that 180 stuff. Man, it's good from tip to tail. Like they got that's a good dude. That that Valor. Like I don't want to get a little mad. Like you want to go? You know what I mean? Like you scared? Like I ain't scared.
You get that Valor.
That stuff right there hits you up. So it'll let you know.
I know. I haven't been cooking is the problem. That's why they're all still sitting here on the desk. Not all of them. There's some that are in the house. The Dream is in the house. But I have stuff. I'm going Austin Dennis for the Super Bowl this weekend. Riley's fantasy football. Yeah. He was in a fantasy football league. They're going to have a party, an after season party or whatever. So watch the Super Bowl. It's going to be cool. Going to be fun.
Yeah.
Bring dips and chips or whatever. I'm going to bring an Austin Dennis dip. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to watch some Austin Dennis videos and I'm going to make me a that's good shit.
You're going to want to drink this one. Folks, you're going to want to eat this one. He's so good. I like it. His whole
good.
I'm really kind of mesmerized by that guy. He's really
I know.
He's so good.
He's got a voice. He's got a voice like you. Little something. He ain't in here. Who gives a shit? He may be starting a podcast.
Oh,
and
really?
I think he should. Yes, I don't want to.
I mean, he's got a great following and like what he does.
Great following, great voice.
He got it dialed in. He's good. He's good.
So I hope he does. I hope I'm pulling for that.
Absolutely.
I'd like to produce it. It's what I've already told him. I mean, I can do it if he just records it and I can chop it up. It's easy. I've got this process down.
You're kind of good at this thing, yeah.
I'm getting good at it. But anyhow, the whole thing with Chat GPT. And this is an ADD episode, obviously, everybody. Welcome to Thursdays. This is the way it should be. They have opened it up now to where the search feature, so anybody can use ChatGPT for free to search the internet like you do Google. You can search the internet. In fact, I got some talking points for this show about the Super Bowl by doing just that. Before I even knew this was something it's trending on Google right now because I think ChatGPT could probably push Google as far as your default search engine and what you're trying to get out of the internet. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the, like the Microsoft 365 And I keep the little chat box up when I need
Yeah,
stuff. I just jump down to there if I need something. You know what I mean? It's like a little
exactly.
default. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
it's
Copilot,
crazy.
Copilot, right? Same thing.
Pro- yeah, yeah. But I
Isn't
think
that the
that
same thing? Is Copilot the
it
same
has
thing?
been. Copilot has been. We'll have to get into there's a whole
See, I don't
breakdown
know.
on that because it moves so fast. I think that they're not quite partnered up anymore, yet they still
What?
use it. Like Chat GPT, the app that you can pay for uses a different model than that does, but the models are all so good at this point that you can't tell the
Yeah.
difference. I love it though, man. I tell you what, we wouldn't be able to go live every night, have a show that we're doing every night, sit here and shoot the bull and do all that
Bowser's
if
got
it
the
wasn't
Chinese version.
for
What's it called? Like Speed Slot or
Deep
something?
Seek. Deep
Bowser.
Seek.
Bowser has that. Shocker of the year. He had it.
Of course he does. I'm surprised that Bowser wanted to give
He's
that
been
up, that
sending me some good
information up.
stuff, dude. Yeah, I've seen some crazy videos. We got to get him on here. He's been
We
updating
do.
me with stuff. Have you
Well,
seen that thing with the squiggly tails?
yes, I have. Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
Oh wow. Yeah, he sent me that the other day. Anyway,
And I
not to
mean,
derail you, but like, man,
no,
he's got
not
some
no
good stuff
derail.
coming.
And I'm sure he also heard. I'm sure that he heard, or hopefully he has, that show that we did a couple nights ago, whenever it was, with the finally let some of that stuff out. It wasn't necessarily Bigfoot. It was like the whole big picture of things. And I don't know if I got it out right. I've been holding it for a year, not even knowing what to do with it. So that's why I said I think we're just scratching the surface with this one, because I've been trying to figure out how to present it, and that was the best way that I could figure out anyhow at this point. Steven says there's old Blasi, Mr. Second Place. Is that the guy who beat you in the
Oh, look
chili
at
cook-off?
Steven. Oh, the best. Hey, here he is, folks. I mean, he is the Nick Saban of chili cook-offs. I mean, this guy can recruit.
He
Can
out-recruited you.
recruit. Absolutely, just dominated the whole recruiting aspect. Yeah, he's a great recruiter. And hey, he's a good cook too. It's a bad
He's a good
combination.
cook.
A guy that can actually cook and can recruit really, really, really well. I mean, one time there was a line leaving that place. I was like, look at all the people. He said, yeah, I know all of them. I was like, yeah, shocker of the year here, you know? So
I understand
anyway.
that's going to kind of be how it will be at the at this cook-off this weekend, that everybody who buys a band gets a ticket. You go around and you sample the one and you put
And
your
you put your
ticket in.
ticket.
So I don't know
Similar
how the
deal.
judge. I'm curious. Like, this is something that we're going to talk about next week for sure. I want to see how they judge. You know, like how do they? Is there a people's choice? Is it based off of that solely? How's the deal go? It doesn't matter. All the money goes to freaking St. Jude. That's the premise of the whole thing. But curious to see how they make it work. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it will be interesting. It'll be interesting.
It will be. It will be. Terry says he's gonna name his Chat GPT Big Bertha.
Big old Bertha.
I had a bass in my papa's pond named Big Bertha one time.
Big Bertha.
I caught it more than once. I love it. Look, go Gamecocks. Let's talk about how the refs let LSU win. That was like 8 months ago, Amber. Who cares? Moving on. I think y'all come to Baton Rouge. We'll see what happens there. I love it.
Hey, I do want to say real quick one thing. Take 30 seconds.
Please.
So our good buddy Johnny Williams, who helped Troy University back in the day, Troy State, go from Division I AA, I should say, into 1A, and helped with that transition and really handed off that program before he went to Alabama as assistant AD, and did just a phenomenal job. And I got to spend some time with Johnny Williams back in 03. I actually got to go out to watch Troy play Kansas State, fly on the plane with them, get into a minivan. We're riding out there through Manhattan, Kansas, out in the country in a minivan, me, him, Mike Amos, another famous Troy guy we talk about.
How much you
bench? Yeah. We're in this minivan. We're talking, and dude, you talking about just a visionary guy and just such a positive guy. He was looking around. He was like, man, if they can recruit and bring people out here in the middle of Manhattan, Kansas, we can do this in Troy, Alabama. I got no doubt. And dude, he's just such a positive, cool dude. Anyway, he died a few days ago, man. So God bless him. You know, condolences to his family. But man, Johnny Williams, just an absolute legend. He's in the Troy University Sports Hall of Fame there, and just a legend. You know, along with Larry Blakeney. So just wanted to say that real quick before I forget that, man. Yeah. So cool. Such a cool guy. And I was so glad I got to actually hang out with him and spend time with him. So good stuff. Sure. Good stuff there. Yep.
Very good stuff. Very good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, Blasi,
what else we got?
This is interesting. Well, let's dive into sports a little bit. I wanted to show you this, so I'm glad you're here. Have you seen this as I pop this up on the screen?
I don't even know what I'm looking at. Nope.
All right.
Like Mike Amos about to interview that thing. Is that Mike Amos?
Look at him.
Son, how much you beat?
What you beat? What you
is
beat?
That?
So this is, I think this is at the 18th hole at the freaking thing in Phoenix, that waste management.
The waste management going on this week?
Yes, this is a robot hitting a ball. Watch.
Now, how about this? Yesterday, a robot taking a swipe at this, David, and what else would you expect here at the Waste Management Phoenix Open?
Really, that robot is called L-Drick.
No, he didn't.
How's this?
No, he didn't.
And both L-Dricks have done that at 16.
Are you kidding me?
No.
The robot made a hole in one.
The robot made a hole in one, dude.
That is insane.
And the robot's name is Eldrick, as in Eldrick Tiger Woods.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know
that
how many
is
shots.
Unbelievable. I've not seen that at all. Like I guess I've been living in a cave here lately. So
well, no, I don't.
That
think
is amazing, man.
I don't think it made the rounds that it should have made, honestly. But look at that thing.
Are you kidding me?
Look at it. It looks like looks like Johnny Five from Short Circuit.
It does.
That's crazy, and it made a hole in one.
That is insane, dude. That's insane. That's so.
We don't want to play. Lesson learned. We ain't gonna play robots in golf.
No,
can't do that.
They can repeat that same movement every single
time.
It's what you, as a golfer, like if tips clue into golf. If you're trying to play golf, you want to become a robot. That's the whole key. You want to reproduce that same action when you get there, because people get bored and they go, "Let me do something different." No, it's about reproducing, being reproducible, that same thing over and over and over again when you get there. But it gets boring too, because I get it. I start changing things up too, so
it does. I mean,
the robot will ruin golf if they somehow got involved. What if we started naming them, like letting them play on tour, getting caddies and stuff?
Would you watch? That's a great question.
AI.
It's a great question.
AI generated, and he became like this, personality.
Would you watch robots compete?
Man against the machine? Yeah.
No,
I'd watch that.
just robots. Like, because occasionally, even if there's no way, even if you hit it right with the way that greens and undulations and a blade of grass, it can't account for all of that stuff. They ain't gonna make hole in ones every time. There's no way. There's no way.
I wouldn't watch just robots compete, but I'd watch man against the machine. It's like John Henry come to life, that would, dig in the tunnel and all that. You know what I mean? So I'd watch man against machine in a heartbeat.
For sure. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I think that we're going to probably see that in our lifetime.
We're probably close to that, aren't we?
Yeah, we're not far.
That machine looked pretty good right there.
It did. It looked really, really, really good, man. It looked really good. Some other sports news yesterday. Jimmy Butler going to the Warriors. I didn't hit that last night. That's
all that.
And we're talking a little more NBA than we usually do, just simply because I would say this NBA midseason trade deadline's probably been the wildest one ever in the history of the NBA.
Sanity. When I woke up and saw that whole Donick deal, I was just like, "There's no way! Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, how did they come out of nowhere?" And then I read this article on how it all went down, and like private meetings and coffee shop in Dallas. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, I can't believe this happened in 2025.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's been a heck of a dang deal. And I'm not real super dialed into the NBA. I look at the updates, I see standings every few days. I watch, passively, but until the finals or until we get into the playoffs, I just don't watch a lot of it. So, but like it's pretty crazy stuff.
Very crazy, very crazy. And poor Pels my pals. They didn't make themselves any better, and they made themselves worse. Got rid of Brandon Ingram. I don't know what they got in return. It doesn't matter. You don't want to lose that guy.
What's that? Hold on.
Zion never plays.
How many games has he played in total?
Zion
11 in 5 years.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
3 or 4 years.
I would not get rid of Brandon Ingram. I would keep him and get rid of Zion. If
you gotta get rid of Zion, dude. He's never gonna be anything. He's been injured since the day he got there.
Since he blew his damn shoe out in that Duke game, that he's never been the same.
He hasn't, man.
Never been the same.
No, and he never will be. And he's not getting lighter. It's not like he's getting leaner. It's not like, there's a lot of torque
younger
going down that body. Younger. Nothing's happening in a positive direction to tell you that he's going to suddenly become this picture of health. Unlike Steph Curry, who used to have ankle problems all the time and got with this great conditioning guy who suddenly really focused on his core strength, and they started doing crazy core exercises. And that's the difference in him, right? He's an anomaly. Zion Williams is not him. You know what I mean? Like,
he ain't him.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He ain't him at all.
No.
He ain't him at all.
No.
Well, Blasi, that brings us to this weekend. 35 minutes into it. I love it. Having you in here has been so great. I would have been to this in the first 7. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But wanted to talk about the Super Bowl, of course. And we don't have to dive too deep into it, because what's more fun about this one is I have a lot of questions, and I did this like we would do a TV show.
Yeah.
With Super Bowl trivia.
Yeah.
Not really trivia, but just some questions and some facts, some interesting facts out there too. But we'll talk about that stuff, and then we'll wrap this up with the game. That's how we'll do this. That's how we'll do it.
I like it.
Obviously, the biggest thing that I've seen in all of these, and I'm kind of going through them, I'm looking quick. I didn't read them all because I was just going to look. The biggest thing, if you're a betting person out there, and I've had friends who have already been betting on the coin toss, this is something you may want to know.
Yeah.
The team that wins the coin toss has lost 9 of the last 10 Super Bowls.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yes.
That's a wild stat right there, man.
That's a wild stat. So if you're an odds person and you're going to place a bet, it might be wise to wait until the coin toss before you hit that money line on somebody.
Yeah.
Which it's close.
Wow.
I haven't looked at the odds. Let me look them up real quick. What are the betting odds? Let's see. Super Bowl odds. They were very tight.
It's like -1.
Yeah.
Last time I looked at it.
Yep. I think that's still what it says. Yep, that's what it says it is. It's -1. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll get to that here in a second. I think the line's right. I think it is kind of a coin toss kind of game. So the coin toss conspiracy could be done.
That's
How many
crazy.
diamonds do you think were in the most expensive Super Bowl ring ever made?
Wow. 87.
283. Let me tell you why. It's funny that I brought this one in.
Yep.
Who dat, baby? Number 1. The most expensive ever, featuring 283 diamonds, are by Robert Kraft's New England Patriots, symbolizing that 28-3 comeback against the Falcons.
That's right. That's so good.
Yeah,
did they do that after that? They put 283 on there.
Yes, they did.
I did not know
280.
that.
I didn't
so
either.
good.
I didn't either. I think that is amazing. I think it's amazing.
That's pretty pimp. That's pretty pimp. That's pretty pimp.
What do you think? What do you think the cost of a 30-second ad is in 2025 for a Super Bowl commercial?
$4.5
It used to be $1 million, and that was crazy.
$4.5 million.
Not a bad guess at all. 7.
Dang.
$7 freaking
How much
million.
can we get a Tigs bits like a half a second commercial? Just
Yeah, we'd be better off buying ads on Facebook. Oh, man. Here's a Super Bowl food frenzy fact, and I have some top foods, too, that we're going to talk about here in a second.
Yeah.
Americans consume 1.4 billion with a B chicken wings, 11 million pounds of chips, and 140 million pounds of avocados on Super Bowl Sunday. By the way, we're not tariffing them yet. We're not going to do that. We're not going to mess up your Super Bowl. I'm going to the Super Bowl, by the way.
Gonna be at the Super Bowl, guys. That's a lot. That's a lot. Tariffs and concrete roads. They're trying to put an asphalt plant in here side of Freeport. Dude, it came out of nowhere, and there's a uprising in this joint. People are going crazy. They won't put an asphalt plant. So I got thinking about Trump. Concrete roads and tariffs, guys. Gonna be the future. Masonry making a comeback, guys. Anyway, yes, dude, that's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food. And I believe it. I mean, I would say it is the day for side dishes. You know, Super Bowl Sunday, side dish Sunday is what it might as well be called, because that's what it is. It's a day for dudes. It's a day for dudes.
And, you know, for chicks too. Like chicks like to make dips and chips and all that.
True.
Entertainment. I think the Super Bowl probably, if you look at the ratio of male and female like viewers, let's just say it's here. This is male, this is female on any given week. And then suddenly Super Bowl, I bet she levels back down a lot. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people. Everybody watches the Super Bowl. Even if you don't like football, you watch the Super Bowl, you know?
It's an event. It's a party. There's always a party around it.
It's an event.
If you're not going physically to a party, then and you're online, you're still in a party. Like everybody's talking about it. Like the world stops. The whole world. It's
a party. It's a party. It's just like at the Red Bar on Sunday. I saw that Boog sent. Hubba Hubba, unbelievable. Duke Bardwell, their band who used to play for Elvis, they'll be playing there. They'll start playing sometime around halftime. And according to the game, they may just play right through halftime. It'll become just like it's a party either way, and the Super Bowl's going on. And there's also a band playing, like you know. That's that's going to be a heck of an event.
Yes,
and you may even watch the Super Bowl. It'll be the side project. Oddly enough,
at 100%
centered around the Super Bowl. Like you know what I mean? Like
for sure,
the Super Bowl still bring it. It's a heck. Super Bowl Sunday, man. There's nothing like
the event. It is the event.
It is the event.
So obviously we gave it away with the number one side or the number one foods, Super Bowl foods, we'll call them, being chicken wings with 1.4 billion is what it is. What do you think number 2 or 3 is on that list, Blasi?
Oh man, Super Bowl. I mean, you got wings, you got dipped. I mean, burgers or I don't know, pizza. Like, I have no idea.
Pizza's number 2. Bam.
Yeah.
Pizza's number 2.
Yeah.
Chips and dips, number 3. I'm going to make a dip. I don't know. Kind of thinking I'm going with, like, I've seen Austin do this crack dip. Looks easy. Put it on the grill, a bunch of cheeses and stuff, and club crackers. Dip it up with club crackers.
I love a club cracker.
Oh, yeah. Riley had one coming home today. He had a little small pack that he got at this place that I pick him up, and I said, "Dude, where'd you get them club crackers?" Like, hey, UMC, Dad. I went, can I have one? I just want one, or half of one. I'll just half of one's fine. You can have a whole one, Dad. I was like, "Thank you."
Just a little something from cataracts. You know what I mean? Just a little something.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. Let's say sliders are on that list. Nachos, of course. Number 6, interesting that this by itself is on the thing. Buffalo chicken dip.
I love buffalo chicken dip.
Shout out to Tracy from Hammock Bay from years ago. Best I've ever had. 100%. She made that. I'm still trying to find that recipe because she gave it to me.
Very good.
Unbelievable. That was like her go-to deal. She would bring to any event that we had, and it was as good as it gets.
Yep.
Barbecue ribs being up there. I think that'd be big this year in Kansas City. You know those guys are making some ribs,
Oh,
smoking some
They
ribs.
gotta be. I mean, Boston butt up in that piece, like some pulled pork.
I think we're getting there. We're still in the top 10. Barbecue ribs, pigs in a blanket, loaded
Oh, those are
potato
always good.
skins.
Oh yeah.
Pulled pork sandwiches in 11 through 20. There we go. Pulled pork made its way. That's kind of late in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked.
Deviled eggs. Haven't seen a lot of deviled eggs
Never
at
been
Super
a
Bowl
deviled
parties.
egg guy, but hey, if you pulled some deviled eggs out of the Super Bowl, I'm telling you who's gonna hit them. This guy right here. I'm gonna hammer them things down.
If anybody's anybody listening
idea.
to this is going to be at the same party I'm going to be at Sunday, I'm requesting deviled eggs. I would like to have a dozen of them. Big E, is chili on that list? Yes, it is. It comes in at number 1 on 11 through 20, so it's number 11. Mac and cheese bites comes in at number 12. A taco dip, 7-layer dip.
Ain't never hurt nobody.
No.
God,
Jalapeno poppers.
Right See,
Louisiana duck poppers.
Hungry. It's
Yeah,
this is
I
what
know,
we do,
dude.
and then we start talking about food. Like,
well, that's why I'm glad that we saved this for the end before we talk about the actual game. The good stuff here is the food. Soft pretzels. We don't get a lot of those here in South Louisiana. That's probably more of a northern thing, but I love a good soft pretzel. An Auntie Anne pretzel.
Yep.
Give me one of them. Put a little honey on it, some salt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Then some sweet stuff. Brownies, cookie cake, football-themed cupcakes. And then this is on there like an idiot. I don't know why. Sweet and unique options. Buffalo cauliflower. If you serve that to me at this Super Bowl party this weekend, I might slap you in your damn face.
That's weird. I mean, whatever. I mean,
I get it. I get it. There's some health conscious people. I get it. But
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I'm eating some tofu this weekend, but like that should be on the list. You know what I mean? I gotta go eat.
No, it is not a top food.
No.
It's not a top food. Big E says jambalaya or seafood gumbo.
Hey, I like it. I like it.
In Louisiana, I promise you that is on the list.
I guarantee you gumbo moves up this week and wherever it said. I can't believe gumbo isn't on that list at all. But yeah, some sort of a gumbo. Yeah.
For sure. Pickled pig's feet, says Brian.
I look. Pig's feet.
Pig's feet. Can't go wrong with them.
Friday.
Well, let's talk about the game for a second,
Yeah.
Blasi. Let me break this down for a second because I kind of had a little spiel to say to kind of go over it. Number one, the NFL Honors Awards are going on right now. And there's some big, there's some big ones. I'm sure we'll talk about it later. Snoop is hosting it.
Is he really?
Yes. So probably just save that for Monday's show. Plus talk about the Super Bowl, all of that. But we'll see what's interesting. I'm hoping Joe Burrow wins MVP. Probably won't. Josh Allen will probably beat him out on that. Overall MVP should be Saquon Barkley, to be honest with you.
Oh, man. God, what a beast.
Yeah. What a beast. Paul has never had gumbo. Well, brother, I promise you, if somehow or another our paths ever cross, or you're in Louisiana, or I'm somewhere up there and I can vacuum seal and freeze some gumbo to bring with me, you got to have it. It's just a stew. Is what it really is.
So good.
It's just done differently, and it's just done way differently down here. There's literally nothing like it. Nothing like it in the whole world. So yeah, Blasi, of course, this weekend, Super Bowl. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 59
crazy?
And our 57. Wasn't it 57? Yeah, 57. This is Super Bowl 59. Super crazy. It's super crazy. And then it's even more interesting that Andy Reid has coached both teams. And even bigger, that the Chiefs could be the first team in the history of the National Football League to win three in a row.
Three in a row.
That's the story.
It is a story. And, man, what a dynasty that they've built there. You know what I mean? Like, unbelievable what they have going on there. They're so dang good. And I was talking to somebody about this earlier tonight. Like, you look on paper right now, looking at Saquon Barkley, look at the defense of the Eagles, look at the offense and everything. You look at both teams, they just look a little better. You know what I mean? They look better. But do the Chiefs know how to win? They find a way. They find a way, dude. They just find a way. And sometimes it's even their defense who's just kind of left to be a little bit desired. They make big plays when they need to. Dude, that team from just top to bottom, they just get it. They understand it. And they just believe that they're going to win that football game somehow, some way. And they go out and just and they never quit, dude. They just keep coming. No matter what the situation is, they just know they're somehow going to figure out a way to get out on top. So, you know, that's why they're there. That's why it's their third time in a row, 7 years in a row being in the AFC Championship game or in the Super Bowl. That's insane.
That's the biggest dynasty we've seen in our lifetime.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's the biggest dynasty since the Steelers in the 70s as far as consistently going there. I mean, the Patriots, of course,
Patriots,
too.
Obviously, yeah.
Patriots, obviously. But to do it 7 years in a row, that's insane. Win a Super Bowl. This could be Mahomes' fourth if he were to win. And like Ric Flair says, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best.
That's it, baby.
So I think you got to, I mean, until Philadelphia can prove that they can beat them, you know, they're tough to beat.
They got
what will Travis Kelce do? That they got that grip. What will Travis Kelce do? What about Xavier Worthy? Are they going to get to break free? Chris Jones, how are those guys going to do on getting after Jalen Hurts? You know, I mean, he did lose the Super Bowl. That was a tough game to lose. He played well enough to win in that game. Barkley's time to shine. That's why I don't like why don't they do the damn awards after every single game in the whole league has been played?
I agree. Finish the season and then make your full assessment.
Well, you wouldn't have all of your people there that are there for the Super Bowl to be able to go to this event, I guess. I think it's at the Sanger as well, which is a great place. So, yeah, I think the biggest story is going to be the Chiefs' offensive line versus the Eagles' amazing defensive front. And can they pressure Mahomes? Even if you pressure Mahomes, that doesn't really matter. He'll just pass it behind his back. I mean.
Oh, I know. Dude, he just, I mean. He finds a way. Just like the whole team finds a way.
The refs have helped them down the stretch.
They have, well, just like Jordan got help down the stretch, right? You know, you go back to the Bulls and that team and that dynasty.
Got a little
when you're that good, you do get calls because they're looking at you different because they're looking at you like you're the best. I don't think it's intentional. I don't think there's some master conspiracy to get the Chiefs into the Super Bowl. But when you're the best and you play at that level, somehow they just assume that in that moment, there's probably this thing in their mind that they think that's the other team's fault. They didn't mess up. They're too good. But yeah, KC has struggled stopping the run.
Yeah, they have, and I mean that's Philadelphia's bread and butter. So they've had 2 weeks to figure it out. You know, can they do it? That's gonna be the question. This is the 11th time that New Orleans has hosted the Super Bowl. So hopefully no power outages this time, as there was the last time that they hosted one, which was in 2013. So Brian Gilson thinks that Barkley's going to run wild. I think he could. I think he could too. But even with that, so here's what I'm going to say, Blasi. Prediction time.
Yeah,
prediction time.
Go ahead. What you got?
I don't know the over-under right now. I want to think it was like 49, something like that. If you've got it in front of you, it'd be great. It doesn't matter. I would take the over. I think there'll be 60 points scored in this game or more.
Yeah, it is 48.5. I've got the over in that game as well.
Yeah. I would definitely if there was anything that does pop out, I'd take the over. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it could be a shootout. I think it has the potential to be a shootout, which would be a lot of fun. And honestly, I think the matchup is one of the better Super Bowl matchups that we've had in a while. I really don't know who's going to win. I can make a case for either one of them.
Yep.
I think Philadelphia on paper is the better team. Yep. I think that they are the team that should win.
I agree.
But like I said, until you beat the best, you ain't the best. So you got to be the best. You got to beat the best. I'm going to take the Chiefs in a close one with the over.
You know what? So I like to look at prop bets in these games, and one of the prop bets on here is looking at Patrick Mahomes. Is he going to throw more than 1.5 touchdowns? I say yes.
I think so.
Yes, absolutely. And then I also think that Jalen Hurts is going to run for a touchdown. I say yes.
I say yes on that as well. Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, a touchdown. I say yes.
That's probably definitely.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's a definite. What is that odd on that? That has to be like minus 100.
No, I was trying to pull it back up, and I'm just so many of these odds on these individuals. But those are 3 bets I've made, and then I ain't messing with Travis Kelce. Like no, Travis could go off, or Travis could do nothing. I'm not messing with him though. But and then there's one. Here's what I think: if the Eagles win, I think Saquon Barkley wins the MVP. Like he's the MVP.
Oh yeah.
Right. So that's your hedge bet there. If the Chiefs win, I think. There's also a prop bet, I think, that Patrick Mahomes is your MVP. And
for the 4th time.
Absolutely. And so just like you, I also have a bet. I have a bet on the total in the game, 48.5. I got the over. I've also got -1. I got to take the Chiefs. And then I also got that thing wrapped up in a parlay. Yeah. So there's all my action right there. Like,
I'm with it. I'm with it. I just, I will say this: Philadelphia plays well in New Orleans. they always
very good team, man. They're supposed to win. Team. Like I'm going against it's like the last game. I took the Chiefs and I took the over, and I won that. You know what I mean? Like they somehow figure. I don't know. It wasn't pretty. They somehow.
It's never pretty, but they get it done. It's just the magic of Mahomes, man. It's just the magic of Mahomes. So yeah, I think the crowd seems to, guys. I see a few predictions. Y'all think it seems to be leaning a little bit more towards Philly, and
it should. That's
logic. Yeah. No, logic. I get it. I totally get it. I think it. I think it should. Couple more little fun facts, and we'll wrap this baby up.
All right,
the biggest blowout in the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 24 in 1990, also in New Orleans. Your boy Tiggy happened to be at that one. That was the first. I've been to 2 Super Bowls, both in the Superdome, and that was the first one I went to. The 49ers with a Steve Young, Jerry Rice, all of the legends. Beat John Elway and all of those guys, the Denver Broncos, 55-10. It was never close.
Oh, wow. Just went to a beatdown. I did not know you went to the Super Bowl there. You went to another Super Bowl. Which one was the other one?
I went to, I think it was it Super Bowl? I guess it was Super Bowl 31. Yeah. Whenever Green Bay, when Brett Favre won. Now, that was a much better. I had a lot more fun at that Super Bowl. It was a good game. They beat the Patriots. Yeah. That was a much better ball game, and of course, I was pulling for the pack, and pulling for Brett Favre and watching him.
That's awesome, man.
Yes, I've been to 2 Super Bowls.
That's amazing. I did not know you've been to 1 Super Bowl. Much less 2. That's so cool.
The coolest thing on that one in 1990 is in every single seat they had these. I think it was pro something. They were football cards.
Yeah,
pro something. Somebody will know what I'm talking about, but they were a top tier football card company at the time in the 90s. Pro Top. I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
Yeah, maybe.
I still have them, but they had books of the entire roster of the 49ers and the Broncos in this book. And at one time in the early 2000s, that thing was worth like $800 or $900. I mean, there was only 70,000 of them made, and there's probably still only like 15,000 in the world in existence.
That's awesome.
I got 2 of them. I don't know what they're worth now, but I thought it was cool that they were giving sports cards out.
Heck yeah,
Pro Staff.
Pro Staff. That's exactly it. Yeah.
That's the name of it.
Topps with Pro Staff. Yes.
They didn't last long. I think they
Yep.
probably ended up in some kind of card scandal like most of them do, like Upper Deck and all of that. That's a whole another realm.
Well, they
of
came out with that
things.
Ted Bundy card back in the 70s, and they just really messed everything up.
That that's true. That is true. Let's
Dang,
see.
Wait, what was that Super Bowl where there's one Super Bowl I remember being with you when the year that the Saints won that Super Bowl. What Super Bowl
That
was
was
that?
in
08?
2009. 2009. Yeah.
That was Pie Night.
I think it was just the night before. Wasn't it the night before the Super Bowl?
Was that the night before?
I think it was because I watched Super Bowl. I came back. I was in Florida, and I came back. I came back the next day and watched it here in Baton Rouge.
Clearly with that pie on your face. Right now, I'm looking at you, and all you have is that pile over your face. So
tell
good.
the story, Blasi. Just tell it. It's funny.
No, just keep it right there. I mean, you know, like
well, you don't have to tell the whole story, but let's just say that somehow or another, at the end of the night, I decided that what would be a good idea is if somebody pied me in my damn face.
You damn right you wanted to be pied. You demanded to be pied in your face
With a key lime from Publix.
Yes, you did.
It's
with
my
a key
favorite
lime pie from Publix that we got for dessert for everyone. Ended up smashed right into your face. Like that's where I remember is pie face. And then
that's right.
And then the Saints winning
the next day they won the damn Super Bowl, bro. Yeah, it was a great weekend.
And I feel like at one point you were on the ground, kind of like your feet were wiggling around, like you were kind of not windmilling, but like spinning around.
Perpetual motion.
It was crazy. Like it was
perpetual motion. Yeah, that's what I got sometimes whenever I got short legs and a lot of energy. I can do weird things. I can hover sometimes.
That pie face, just those eyes coming out of that pie. It was so good. Oh my god!
I guarantee you, find the picture. I'll put it on our Patreon. That's my only promise. You'll have to go find us on our Patreon. I'm not putting it anywhere else, but I will put it on the Patreon. Yes, there is a picture. I'm wearing all black in pie face. I know the picture. I probably have it, but I want you to send it to me.
I will.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, fun night. I'm so glad that you got to jump in here, Blasi.
Yeah, man. That was
got
fun.
to have us a good catch up with all of y'all in the chat. We appreciate y'all. And I hope everybody has a good time this weekend. Stay safe.
Yes.
Have fun watching the Super Bowl. Cook something good. Tell us all about it. I'm going to go find some good content this weekend at the Blind Cajun Cooks event and have plenty of stuff for us to talk about for the next month. I have a feeling. So
I like it.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, we're going to be out of here and we will see y'all next week.
Later.
It's Tigs tonight.